Quarterback battles are being won and lost across the country as we inch closer to week one. Let's talk about my excitement level for these guys from meh to all in. Bryce Underwood has been the favorite to land this job as a true freshman for a long time, and I've had my share of reservations about the Michigan offense this year, but I'd be lying if I said I was anything other than completely hyped to see this great of a prospect start as a true freshman. Bill Belichick just named his day one starter to be Gio Lopez, the South Alabama transfer, a guy that was electric to watch with the Jaguars. I absolutely love him as well. Another guy I'm just hyped to see go and play. Malachi Nelson is going to get his opportunity with the UTEP Miners in this system under Scotty Walden. I'm pretty optimistic about what he can produce this year. I think UTEP could have a special season in the CUSA. CJ Montez is the starter at Kent State, and I'm intrigued by this. I know it doesn't move the needle for most people, but in 2023, he threw 26 touchdowns in 1 pick and 3,000 yards for Fordham as the full-time starter. Last season, he was injured, so that's maybe a variable you don't love there, but I think he could give them a spark. Caden Salter will be the guy for Colorado. He beats out Julian Lewis. I'm optimistic about him because I think he's a talented player. He did really struggle at Liberty last season, and I don't know how much better his pass protection will get this year, but I definitely think he can be set up for success by Pat Shurmur, so I'm still optimistic on this. Connor Harrell has been named the starter at Charlotte for Tim Albin's first season. This one doesn't do much for me. Harrell's had a few opportunities early in his career to show us what he can do, and he hasn't shown much. The one way to put a positive spin on this, if you're a Charlotte fan, is he did beat out some solid quarterbacks like Grayson Loftus in this quarterback room, so maybe there's something there. Zach Calzada is back, and he's the starter for Kentucky as expected. He was great for Incarnate Word last season, and I'm definitely intrigued to see what he can do, see if he can give this Kentucky offense a little bit more upside this year. One of the most surprising developments has to be Cam Fancher winning the UCF job over Ja'Cory Brown and over Taven Jackson. I wasn't crazy about any of the quarterbacks in this room, but Fancher feels like the worst option based on proven production. He's been mediocre every time he's been given an opportunity. He's a decent threat on the ground, so I can see how he won this job with his dynamic playmaking, but it's a meh, and it's a pretty easy meh. Robbie Ashford gets a second chance at being a power conference starter, this time at Wake Forest under Jake Dickert. I'm intrigued by this move just because it's been a couple of years since we've seen him. There was some dynamic playmaking ability he did show when he was the starter, and we saw him only a little bit at South Carolina, but he did flash some great stuff when we did see him, so I think he could be decent this year. Ryan Brown jumped around in the portal a little bit, but ultimately ends up back at Purdue where he was last season, and we did see him start a few games last year. And because of that, I'm optimistic. He did show some genuine flashes, including a 3-touchdown, 0-interception, 300-yard game versus an Illinois defense that was pretty excellent. There are flashes of greatness here that have me optimistic about what he could do with this new cast he has around him with a brand new roster at Purdue.